How y'all doing out there? This is your man Nico B, aka Super Solican, and it's the Black Effect Bible study. I wanna this is gonna be a quick Bible study because this is pretty much direct and to the point. This book here, this is and of course you know what this is. Salvation Army Bible. We're in Proverbs. You understand? We're in Proverbs. And Proverbs is this is one of my favorite books in the Bible. You know, pretty much all of them are, though. I mean, they all have great gems. They all have gems of life today, times past, and the future. This book of Proverbs, though, that's basically loosely translated as common sense. Proverbs is common sense. It's wisdom and common sense. Now, a lot of people today, they lack the very knowledge of common sense. They don't have common sense today. Common sense is, like you heard the saying, common sense is not so common. Because the reason why is because people don't have wisdom and they don't have the Proverbs. They don't have Proverbs within their heart. That's what? Common sense and wisdom. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to just read from the book of the Lord. You don't have to listen to me. And I'm going to read from this. And for all of you people who be like, that the Bible, or who try to talk down on the Bible to act like this doesn't hold the truths of life, I'm going to prove you wrong also. So this is Proverbs chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 2. Well, we can start at Proverbs chapter 1, verse 1, so you get the context. These are the Proverbs of King Solomon of Israel, David's son. He wrote them to teach his people how to live, how to act in every circumstance. For he wanted them to be understanding, just, and fair in everything they did. I want to make the simple-minded wise. Simp. Where do you think the word simp come from? I want to make, this is King Solomon, the richest man to ever exist. King Solomon, you know what I'm saying? The man, that had all those wives, with all that wisdom. God blessed him, you know what I'm saying? Him, remember that guy? He's saying, I want to make the simple-minded wise. Simple-minded, simps. When we call out simps all across the black manosphere, this is the simple-minded man. That's what we're talking about. He has a base level understanding, a animalistic core level of understanding of life, and that is very low level thinking. Because us as human beings, what makes us different from animals is our transcendent thinking, our ability to pick and choose morals and create them, and create codes and standards that we live by that subjects everything on the earth. Our standard subjects all animals on the earth. So for you to be operating in that primal mentality, man, is pretty sad. You need to grow up. So I'm going to continue. That's why we bomb on you simps, because the Lord himself said that he professes to make the simple-minded wise. If you're not wise, if you're a simp, okay? So let me get to it. This is we're gonna continue from where I left off. That's Proverbs chapter 1, verse 4. I want to make the simple-minded wise. I want to warn young men about the problems they will face. I want those already wise to become wiser and become leaders by exploring the depths of meaning in these nuggets of truth. So what happens when the wise become wiser? They become what? Leaders. Because they know what needs to be done. Even though you may not see it, like how your parents telling you, sometimes if you had your parents with you, they'll tell you the exact thing that you need to do. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you exactly what they went through and what you need to avoid in order, to stay out of trouble. But yet you do it anyway. They knew exactly, they told you exactly what was going to happen. but you didn't take their advice. Now, but they should, but they are your leader because, they have the wisdom. So they doing things for you behind the scenes to keep you safe and keep you going, moving right, that you don't even see. Like, what I'm saying? Like how my grandmother used to do certain things, for me. She'll had my clothes organized or things like that. She knew how to fold clothes. She knew how to wash them to get them cleaner than I ever could. You know what I'm saying? To be presentable and go out there, but you have to then establish that I had to establish that myself to be able to get my clothes clean and then, to present yourself to the world in a good fashion. Parents all the time tell you to stay out of these places where you shouldn't be because they've done that. They've been there. They know exactly who's there, what type of people, and what's going to happen. You go there, you get in trouble, and then, you looking crazy. But they already told you. And I'm continuing. This is chapter 1, verse 7 and 9. How does a man become wise? This is what the Lord is. How do you do that, Nico B? Super Solican. How do you become wise, man? The first step is to trust and reverence the Lord. That's the first step. Because if you just to come here right now and to be like, well, yeah, Nico B, I understand that I'm not wise, that I haven't listened. How do I get that wisdom that you're talking about? First of all, you have to humble yourself, man, unto God and be willing to be taught by him. He will guide you. That is a humbling of the human spirit. You understand? And then you'll be able to wipe that slate of what you've already been taught. Like you have to decode that carnal mindset, and only God will do that for you. Only fools refuse to be taught. You understand? It say, listen to your father and mother. What you learn from them will stand you in a good stead. It will gain you many honors. So when you're a child, you should get the beginning of wisdom. The first step is to trust and reverence the Lord. Trusting him. You understand? Trusting that he knows that the creator of this heaven and earth, the reality that knows what's best and has a plan for your life. He knows everything. Everything that you see, he knows already. So for you to trust that and reverence that is the beginning of you humbling your spirit, yourself as a human, because you're gonna have to humble yourself, period. That's good. Sometimes people gonna humble you and you don't even want to. Like you'll be humbled and you don't even want to be in that situation. You'll be forced to be humbled, I'll say. But if the first step to wisdom is you humbling yourself, you doing that and showing reverence to the creator who knows all. Now your slate is ready. Now your the vessel is ready to be filled with the information. Okay. It says, now this is like, check this out. This is what the Bible is saying in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 10. If young toughs tell you, come and join us, turn your back on them. We'll hide and rob and kill, they say. Good or bad, we'll treat them all alike. And the loot we'll get, all kinds of stuff. Come on, man, throw in your lot with us and we'll split equal shares. Don't do it, son. Stay away from men like that. For crime is their way of life and murder is their speciality. When a bird sees a trap being set, it stays away. But not these men. They trap themselves. They lay booby traps for their own lives. Such is the fate of all who live by violence and murder. They will die a violent death. Man, do you see what the Lord is telling you in this book, man? This is why this is such a special book. This is why this is the most popular, the most bought, the most published book in history and will continue to be. Because this is telling you flat out the things that applies for life today. We got so many black men and young black men joining these gangs, running around here trying to claim these stuff, throwing up fingers, claiming stuff like they, trying to be bad. But the Lord is telling you, man, look at the fate of these men. those without wisdom join these men. Because he said, like, do you see a bird? When a bird see a trap, it stay away from it. Black men have all type of traps placed by. You could say that the white man did it. You could say all that stuff. But there ain't no excuse today. When you could see all of the traps that are placed for you. We know that the dope, the jail system, you know, the felonies, you get that on your record. You know, the traps of the women, the traps of, you know, playing yourself off the streets, you know what I'm saying, with these false narratives and false movements and things like that, joining these wrong movements. We know where the traps are, but you still fall into them just for the guys. I'm trying to get some chat. You gonna go let a nigga, you gonna go take 100,000 or take 10,000 from some dude to go kill another man, you know what I'm saying, that you don't even know or have no personal problem with. Now you go put the stain of murder on your name. Now you go, now you running from the laws. That $100,000 then burned through quick. Now the dude who sent you to do it is still sitting back free, laughing at you, and send another nigga to go do something. You know, that's called Dozers, man. You need to get a mind. I would never. That's one of the worst states to be in the ghetto. That's the lowest level niggas in the ghetto, because they go get you to be used and throw your life away. They don't even care about you. You see how many niggas then died on so-called gangsters or rappers watch, trying to protect them, living with them, you know, or living under their tutelage. You know, niggas who supposedly thought that, you know, they never would have thought that would be, you know, where they would be led to the grave, and to the pen, and to the grave. Some niggas waiting to get the death penalty. The Lord has already told you that, man. Stay out of these traps, okay? They said these men lay a booby trap for their own lives. Like, that's how retarded. These proverbs are calling those men retarded. Basically, we all been there and been stupid, and I've been thugging and bugging in the ghetto for sure. But, you know, the Lord woke your boy up. You know, all praise due. So I want to, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one at the 15-minute mark, because I just want to give y'all a ski taste, you know what I'm saying? Because it's too much in here, man. That's why we're gonna do more Bible readings. I mean, all of my teachings, you know what I'm saying, have the Spirit of God behind them, but we're gonna do more. I'm giving you the flat. This isn't me embellishing this. This is flat out Word of God with this being said, okay? So let me continue. I'm gonna give y'all one more thing, and then we're gonna leave. All right. This is still chapter 1, verse 20, but it's titled, Wisdom Demands Our Attention. Wisdom shouts in the streets for a hearing. She calls out to the crowds along Main Street, and to the judges in the courts, and to everyone in the land. You simpletons, she cries. That's what wisdom is saying. So when you hear me bombing, when I'm on here, on this platform, saying what I'm saying, that's me crying out, giving you wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That I don't speak. I'm not a dude who just talks to be talking. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm more of an introvert person. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to talk all the time. So I don't like talking on the phone. But this right here is crying out wisdom. Okay? Now it says, this says, you simpletons, she cries. He's referring to wisdom as a person. He's giving a person, he's calling a she. So wisdom cries, you simp. How long will you go on being fools? How long will you scoff at wisdom and fight the facts? Come here and listen to me. I'll pour out the spirit of wisdom upon you and make you wise. I have called you so often, but you won't come. So I'm going to skip to verse 26. Someday you'll be in trouble and I'll laugh. Mock me, will you? I'll mock you. When the storm of terror surrounds you, when you are engulfed by anguish and distress. Anguish and distress, you know what that is? When you engulfed in pain, when you have a disease, or, you know what I'm saying, you in the hospital, just like, oh, I don't know what's going on. The Lord say it will be too late for you. It'll be too late, though. It said when you are, no, I got a little ahead of myself. This is verse 27. It said, when a storm of terror surrounds you, and when you are engulfed by anguish and distress, then I will not answer your cry for help. It will be too late, though you search for me ever so anxiously. To all those who heard the word. Blessings to all those who are hearers of the word and doers of the word. Because what that's basically telling you, man, is that for those who, who scoff at the Lord's wisdom, people who be mocking God, like, that Bible stuff, what you talking about? But still, running around here making foolish decisions like y'all who run around talking about that Bible stuff, but running around here and injecting yourself with unknown vaccines and things like that, and mocking the people of God. Okay. But when God is saying that when it comes time, which everybody had a time, said for the murderers, they gonna die a violent death. When dudes was, remember they used to give niggas the electric chair. Remember that? You remember? Niggas used to be in the electric chair doing the most. These I don't know how I feel to get lethal injection. Niggas say your veins be on fire. I mean, this is an injection that's gonna kill you. I don't think it feels good. Niggas who in the streets running around shooting people up, man, then nigga blow half their head off. Bloom. They in the hospital, nigga shooting in the streets, nigga bomb by hit them with 15 shots. They in there and burn. You seen the dude on Tony Soprano talking about, man, you 16 shots, man, it really hurts. That shit hurt. That stuff hurt, pardon me. But for real, man, like, y'all, and for the people who, when you in the hospitals and stuff like this, and these remember those times when you've had this wisdom pass by and you just scoffed at it. Remember those times. All right. That being said, man, just pretty much laid it down to you where I gave you the word from God of where wisdom begins.